Rugby-wise, the Blitzboks making the Hong Kong Sevens final, but again failing to win that tournament, which was a real shame. But with a strong lead on the World Series still at least. But Super Rugby, there were, as we were talking off air earlier, some amazing tries from some of the especially the Chiefs and Stormers game from both sides. The Kings also pulling out an amazing try there. So it's good to see South African sides really holding onto the ball and improving their ball skills. But the Stormers, let's focus on that. Them and the Crusaders, I believe, the only two unbeaten sides left in the tournament. The Crusaders, of course, had a bye this weekend. What did you make of the South African results?
Yeah, as you said, a fantastic match at Newlands. You know, it was like a test match atmosphere between the Stormers and the Chiefs, who last year in the quarterfinals, the Chiefs came to Newlands, won 60 points to 21. I don't think anyone thought it was going to be that much of a blowout this time around, but the Stormers have certainly showed how they have improved in the last 12 months. You know, a hard-fought victory. They defended with, you know, great gusto for most of the time, but as you said, still found time to score two of the greatest tries I think Newlands have ever seen in one match. From the Chiefs' point of view, from behind their own try line, they ran, I don't know how many passes they went through, eventually scored, and then everyone's talking about the Dylan Lates pass off the ground that set up SP Marais for the Stormers try. So great spectacle, nice crowd, also great to see. We obviously haven't had great crowds at Super Rugby of late, so fantastic from their point of view. Stormers have pretty much sewn up their conference already. It's really now a case of where they finish on the overall log, which quarterfinal they get to host. But then from the other South African point of view, you touched on the Kings. They were in Perth against the Force, but Lionel Cronier's little wind ball pass to himself and then grab it through from Malcolm Yard to score. Again, you know, a fantastic effort from them. Kings have vastly improved on previous years. You know, it's just a shame that, you know, they might be their final season in Super Rugby. We'll touch on that later. But, you know, great performance from them. Even though they went down, they're now, I think, off to Brisbane to play the Reds next weekend. Obviously, the sad story was the Bulls. You know, losing to the Sunwolves in Tokyo. First time a South African team's ever lost to the Sunwolves. The Bulls, I don't know what's happened to them. They promised so much in pre-season. If you remember, they went all the way to New Zealand to play the Chiefs in a warm-up and then went to the Brisbane Tens, and they performed really well. But ever since the Super Rugby tournament itself has started, they've just been pretty woeful. One win from 6 matches now. The only team they did beat was the Sunwolves at Loftus. They are back home now for a run of home matches, but they are so far behind. I think they're pretty much out of it already. So, you know, it's really going to be down to the Stormers from that conference, and then the Sharks, who beat the Jaguars in a very scrappy match at a very humid Kings Park, and the Lions to be the South African teams again, like last year, that go through to the quarterfinals.